And it's time for another matchup in the preliminary round of the Cheap Lager Championship. Before we go any further, let's have a little look at the table. So we are nearing the end of the preliminary rounds here. Basically, last time we saw the Birra Moretti beat the Birra Beyonder. It was just a better beer. It just was. It was a lot better. And now we're moving on to the Cruzcampo versus the Morrisons Premium, and then there'll be the Desperados against the Estrella in the next one as well. So there we go, that's what it's looking like. Now in this particular matchup they are playing for a place in the first round against the Sol, I think it is. So they're playing for a place, yeah, against the Sol. I say the Birra Moretti went up against the Chamignoils now in the next one. So now we're playing for a place against the Sol, and against the Sol will be one of these two. We have got, from Morrisons, a can of their premium export lager, which I'm hoping is better than their continental lager, which I had in the Cheap Lager Championship, which was quite possibly the worst beer in the entire championship. It was dreadful. This is 4.8% ABV. The other one was 3.4% ABV, and this was £4 something for 4 cans, whereas the other one was £2 something for 4 cans. I'm hoping it's significantly higher quality. And that's going to be up against this big can of Cruzcampo. Initially, I was going to Tesco to get some Cruzcampo in cans, and they didn't have it on club car price. And I knew I was going to Morrisons anyway, so I thought, well, it's not on club car price at Tesco, so it'll probably be the same price or cheaper at Morrisons. Didn't realise Morrisons, in 4 packs, all they had were pint cans, so these were 4 for £7. It's a bit more than I wanted to pay, but to be honest, for pint cans, that's not bad really, because, as I say, in bottles, it was 3 for £6, I think. So it's probably a bit cheaper than that, actually getting it in cans, but I did say I would try and get things in cans where possible, and I'm going to stick to that for now. So there you go. So I've got some Cruzcampo in a big can, and I got some Morrisons Premium Export in a slightly smaller can. It's quite a hot day today, so I'm not going to spend much time rabbiting. I'm just going to get these poured out into glasses. Well, I'm going to get someone else to pour them out into glasses for me. Okay, beer's poured, and well, what can I say? This one's poured with quite a fluffier head than that one, actually. Maybe it was I don't know, a bit more lively, I don't know really. That seems to have poured with a more fluffy head than that one. That one's a slightly creamier head. Tell you what, let's just tell you which one's which before we go any further with it. So this is which one is which. Okay, that was which one was which. Right, so let's start getting a nose on these things. So I'm going to start by getting a nose on this one with the fluffy head. Let's have a see what it smells like. So let's see, I'm getting quite a bit of malt there, a bit of syrup. The table looks a bit wet. Did I spill something? I think I spilled a bit of water. So yeah, it smells quite malty. Bit of lemon. I say a bit of syrup. It smells alright, that. It smells quite nice. Let's have a smell on this one now. Not sure. That one's got quite a sugary sweetness to it. Almost like the syrup you get in like tinned fruit. Possibly like butterscotchy. It smells very sweet, this. And a little bit of something not quite nice in there as well. That's interesting, very interesting. Not loving the smell of that. It smells very strange. Interesting. Let's have a think. I'm trying to get anything else out of this, really. No, not a big fan of the smell there. Not a big fan of the smell. Right, anyway, it's all down to the taste. Let's have a see what they both taste like. So, first of all, I'm going to try this one. So here we go. Cheers. So a little bit of bitterness. Quite a smooth mouthfeel. It's quite drinkable, this one. Not brimming with flavour, but it's okay. So there's a bit of bitterness, there's a little bit of maltiness in it. A little bit of grassiness. Yeah, there's a bit of flavour there. Not massively so. A little bit of an aftertaste. Let's have a bit of a swill. I'm dying to try this one. Okay, let's have a go on this one. Cheers. So this is going, I think, and if I've got these the wrong way around, I already think I know which one's which, but if I've got these the wrong way around, I'm going to look like a right idiot. But there's something wrong. If this is the one I think, if this is the other one, the one I don't think it is, then there's something wrong with it. It smells like an alcohol-free pale. Weird. It's really just got that horrible, I know. Smell like there's not something not quite right there. Like a cheap alcohol-free pale. On the taste, there's cheap Pilsner-esque. Well, sorry, not cheap. There's like a Pilsner-esque bitterness, I'd say. A little bit dry. There's some flavour there, but there is that kind of, I don't know, like mouldy wafers in the background there. No. Let's go on this one again because very light in flavour, but the flavour's quite nice. Yeah, I mean, that one's got a bit of bitterness. It's quite light in flavour. A little bit of maltiness, but not really overwhelmed with either of them, really. But that one, no. No, there's no way. So I'm thinking that's the Morrisons. I'm thinking that's the Cruzcampo, just because that tastes nothing like Cruzcampo. If that's Cruzcampo, there is something seriously wrong with it. So that one's going through. That one's going to be up in the next round. That one is not going through. That one is not pleasant. It's got quite an unpleasant bitterness, actually. It's not a Pilsner-esque bitterness, really, because it just lingers and hurts your tongue. It's more gassy, more fizzy. It's not as smooth as this one. It's got more flavour, but the flavours it's got are not pleasant. So there you go. So that one's through, that one's out. I think that's Cruzcampo. I think that's the Morrisons. We'll find out in a minute when I come back. And I'm back, and I'm very pleased to say that I was right. This, whatever this is, whatever it is they're trying to do in the background with this, it's not good. It's really not. This is I think this is going to have to be a sink pour. I can't drink the other three of these. That is poor. That is very, very poor, Morrisons. Morrisons, you got to up your lager game. Try the Ashfield. Try the Crown even. Try the Bière Deluxe. And I've not tried the Asda Premium one yet, but probably try that as well. Because you want to brew your own lager, you don't brew it like this, and you certainly don't brew it like the Continental. I'm sorry, but no. I think this is the worst beer so far in the championship, and it may well be the worst beer in the championship. Well, even including the Budweiser. I'd rather have a can of Budweiser than this. That's saying something. So the Cruzcampo stormed it, but not by its own virtue, I don't think. Now, the reason that I'm really pleased that I got them the right way around, because I did actually do a review of Cruzcampo. I did say it was quite nice, and I said it was good. I think I said it was a Spanish beer done right, because I was comparing it to the Madri, because I wasn't a big fan of the Madri. No, it's nice. It is nice. It's light in flavour, but it's like 4.4%. So 4.4%. So it's going to be light in flavour. 4.4%. It's not going to have. It's not going to be hitting you in the face with flavour. It's not going to be doing a dab. But it's got a nice, smooth, slightly buttery aftertaste, which I didn't talk about. There's not as much of a malt profile as I was expecting, but I don't think this is brewed in Spain. I might be wrong, but I'm sure I've seen somebody saying it's not brewed in Spain. Oh yes, I'm at Edinburgh. Oh yeah, brewed by the Heineken. Yes, brewed by Heineken. There you go. In Edinburgh. So there you go. So it's brewed in this country anyway. So it's not going to be particularly authentic. We wouldn't think Spanish style. Who knows? And it's not that malty, which I was expecting it to be more malty, really. But it's a far cry from this rubbish that's going down the sink. The other 3 cans of that, I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I can't drink them. I just can't. And it's not often I can't drink a beer. I don't tend to sink pour beers very often at all. Almost all those beers from the Cheap Lager Championship, I drank a lot of them. And any that are losing in this championship, I am drinking, I am enjoying. But I enjoyed the Coronas. I drank them. I had a couple of Budweisers left. I drank them. I enjoyed them as well. I would really enjoy this. It's really nice. But not as good as I thought it was going to be. I thought the Morrisons were going to put up a bigger fight. I thought it was going to be half decent. But I thought this was going to blow it away. And this did blow it away, but only because this was okay. Fairly nice. And that was dreadful. So there you go. So the Cruzcampo is through. Which is good, really. It's good that we're wheedling out these rubbish beers so early on before they even get to the first round, which is good. Cruzcampo's into the first round where it's up against the Sol. That'd be interesting. Cruzcampo against Sol. So let's have a see how it does against Sol. So there we go. All done. Until next time, have a good one.